What's happening, everybody? John Ryan here from IGN, still collecting all the Voxes in BioShock Infinite. Right now we're in the second section, which is the Comstock Rooftops, the second bit of the game. The first one you're going to want to pick up is through the kitchen, right after you pick up the shield infusion, and it's right over there on a counter. Right meow.
Father Comstock called on me today to write his biograph. Me. The man pays for exactly 100 pages in advance. Now, I'm half a Jew when I smell silver, so I say, Father, your flock would pay for 1,000. You know, why settle for less? And then the prophet looks to me and says, 100 will suffice, as I know how it ends.
Alright, next up is going to be a little bit further on. Once you pass through the house that has the two people in it, the alive people, not the dead ones, you'll see this Wild West show outside in this square where you have a combat encounter with a bunch of guards. It's right up here on the table.
Comstock came by the wagon at dawn. Man was just transfixed by my trophy scalps. Asked about the white ones there. I said, well, sir, if your quarry dwells in the jungle and beds down with the local color, why split hairs? Not a chuckle out of him. Either he ain't seen a man go native, or maybe too many. Anyhow, now it's got me hunting down this Daisy Fitzroy. Hope he don't expect me to stuff and mount her. Yeah.
Now, there's a couple of them inside the Order of the Raven building. The first one, once you get right inside, you've got the statue of John Wilkes Booth. If you go to your left, you're in the bar room, and it's just right sitting on the bar.
And when the angel Columbia gave unto the founders the tools to build a new Eden, they did so without hesitation. For 85 years they prepared the way of the Lord. But when the great apostate came, he brought war with him, and the fields of Eden were soaked with the blood of brothers. The only emancipation he had to offer was death.
Now, once you clear out all of the guys that are in this area here, there's probably 5 or 6 of them. It's just sitting right here on a bench before you move on.
What exactly was the great Emancipator emancipating the Negro from? From his daily bread, from the nobility of honest work, from wealthy patrons who sponsored them from cradle to grave, from clothing and shelter. And what have they done with their freedom? Why, go to Vinkton and you shall find out. No animal is born free, except the white man. And it is our burden to care for the rest of creation.
Now, the next one you actually could have picked up earlier, but there's an extra infusion for it if you wait. So we're going to do a little bit of backtracking. You're going to pick up that key that we just did from that altar there. This is optional thing, find the locked chest, blah, blah, blah. So head back outside from the Order of the Raven building, back through the apartment that you had those two folks in before that shootout. And then you can see it over there, right where you dropped into like this first section, or the second section. You can get there by this hook. If you go downstairs after ransacking the hell out of the top room, you'll find a room with the locked chest in it, which is what the key was for, and there's an infusion in there, plus some salts for you. But you'll also find another Voxophone. Basically just being like, oh, hey, I found this thing, and there's no key there. Meh. Anyways, here it is.
Otis works up at the lodge part-time. He took this box from one of their secret ceremonies, and I know for sure there is something dear inside. Problem is, Otis is more fool than not. He didn't bother to also secure a key from the Feathered Brothers to open the damn thing.
Alright, so making your way back to the Order of the Ravens building. When you head upstairs, you'll find yourself in this room here before you acquire the Murder of Crow's Vigor. To the left there's a room with some desks in it. It's sitting on a desk in here.
Sweet Mother of Columbia, why do we worship 3 symbols in your memory? We worship the sword, so that we might avenge you. We worship the raven, so that we might cover the city with eyes. We worship the coffin because it symbolizes the weight of our faith.
And that'll do it for all the Voxophones in the Comstock Center Rooftops area. We're now going to move on to Monument Island. And just remember, for everything else having to do with BioShock Infinite for the PS3, 360, and PC, keep it locked right here on IGN.